Everyday life's happening. Some days are more eventful. Others, living protected with insurance you can depend on changes your life for the better. We insure the people and things you care about. Not Agency. We'll help you find the right coverage so when life happens, you have the right insurance protection for your family and business. When life happens, live protected. Agency for all your insurance needs.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, October the 6th. It's good to have you with us this morning. We got two topics. We start first of all with my good friend Liz Schmidt, League of Women
Good morning.
Voters.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Liz. You're going to talk about GMO plants today, right?
These are genetically modified organisms and how they affect human health and the environment. We'll have a riotous evening. We're even starting at 6 o'clock with the refreshments.
Oh, you're starting early, a half hour early.
Yes, because we know that
You're going to have a riotous evening?
A riotous evening.
Okay.
The guy from now these. We don't put professor in front of all these people.
Right, okay.
But Ellen Wessler, who's a veterinarian from the university, is going to talk about how we feed our animals and animal health. And then the health effects, pro-GMO, is going to be Michael Roberts, who's a Curator's Professor of Life Sciences at MU. And anti-GMO is going to be Dan Kubler, who is an organic farmer and a physical therapist. The environmental effects of GMOs is going to be taken up by Kevin Bradley, who's professor of plant sciences at MU, and the anti-GMO speaker is Robert Kramer, adjunct professor of soil microbiology at MU. Now, can you believe all those people in one room together?
Oh my!
Plus,
it is going to be a riotous evening.
It will be a riotous evening.
Yes. So it should be really very, very interesting.
Yes. I think we'll learn a lot. And the other thing is that people, we're advertising it as October 20th, and people will come that are interested in one side or the other. It's one of these topics that you have an opinion already.
Right. So how many people is this going to be in the Friends room?
Yes.
How many people can you accommodate in the Friends room?
80 comfortably, up to 120 kind of squeezed in. And people do come, and then sometimes they'll leave early, if it gets...
They get mad about something.
Yeah, right. If
Okay,
their topic's
so
over.
this is sponsored by the League of Women Voters.
And the library and the Columbia Board of Health.
Oh, the Columbia Board of Health, too.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're interested in this, do GMOs affect human health and the environment?
Yes.
There are people who say yes, and there are people that say no, and they are all going to be in the same room
together
on Tuesday, October the 20th. Whichever side you fall into, you'll have somebody there that'll be with you.
And we do have David Lyle, who's from KFRU, who's going to be the moderator, and he's very good at, and the League, we time people. We do not let one of these people run away with the program.
Or you keep a timer going.
We will have a timer, and they will get their allotted 7 minutes or whatever it is.
What you ever have it where they go over and they won't stop?
I had one time, and I kept waving the time thing, and the moderator she wasn't very experienced, and she didn't stop him. I only had that happen once.
Okay. All right, but they will stop. Well, mark it on your calendar, Tuesday, October 20th. Do GMOs affect human health and the environment? It's 6 o'clock for refreshments.
Yes.
Those famous League of Women Voter cookies and punch. And then at 6:30 it starts and goes until when?
Well, the library starts closing at 8:30, 8:45.
Something like that.
By 8:45, you're supposed to be pretty well out of there.
Okay.
9 o'clock, they lock the doors.
Liz Schmidt, thank you so much for coming by. Always a pleasure to have you here. And the bats are out of the library now, so you don't have to worry about it.
That's right. We should go into that and see if the bats eat GMO stuff.
Okay. Right. Now we have Rose Vomund with us. Good to have you here, Rose.
Good to be here.
Services for Independent Living, and you're here to tell us about a very special event that is coming up this Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The 25th Annual Mature Living Festival will be at the Parkade Plaza Event Center. And we have a very special local celebrity that has agreed to be our master of ceremonies.
Oh, who's that?
And I feel so, well, you may have heard of him. His name is Paul Pepper.
Oh! Well, you know, I'm first of all, I'm really happy to be there. I'm glad to be a part of it. It used to be called the Adult Lifestyle Festival many years ago. And for years and years, we did our Pepper and Friends show at the Adult Lifestyle Festival.
That's what I understand.
And about 600 people would come in and be in the audience, and we'd have a big band, and we'd telecast the whole thing. So, but this is the 25th year for this event.
It's our silver anniversary.
Yeah.
So we're advertising vintage, not antique.
Okay. Vintage, not antique.
Vintage, not antique. The doors open at 9.
Okay.
And we've got entertainment throughout the day. We've got a fashion show at 9:45. Well, the ribbon cutting is at 9:30.
Okay, the ribbon cutting is at 9:30, and then you got a fashion show right after the ribbon cutting.
Yes, sir. Christopher and Bates.
And then what goes on after the fashion show?
After the fashion show, we've got Paul Larimore, who's an Elvis impersonator.
Oh.
And he will be there.
You say an Elvis impersonator.
Yes.
And then?
And then we've got the St. Louis Strutters.
Oh, they're good.
They are amazing.
The St. Louis Strutters, haven't they been a part of this program for almost 25 years?
Well, I know for the last 12 for sure. Now, whether they...
Oh, they were part of it at the beginning, too.
Okay, well, there may have been a little gap.
Okay, but the St. Louis Strutters... I remember they had one lady that was in her 90s.
Well, she retired. The oldest one
at
now.
90 she retired?
Yeah, she's retired. The oldest one now is like 85.
Okay.
And you have to be 55.
You have to be 55 to be... And this is the Mid-Missouri version of the Rockettes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The Mid-Missouri version of the Rockettes.
They do a vaudeville.
Yeah,
Rockette,
and they're very
Las
good.
Vegas. Yes,
so the 90-year-old retired.
She did.
Okay.
I think the oldest one now is 86.
Okay.
But, I mean, these ladies are amazing.
Oh, I know they are. I know they are.
Golden girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mature.
And they're not antique. They're vintage.
They are vintage.
Right. And none of us are antiques.
Right.
So mark it on your calendar. It's going to be where?
At the Parkade Plaza Event Center on the Business Loop.
Okay, at the Parkade Plaza Event Center this coming Friday. It starts at...
The doors open to the public at 9 a.m.
9 o'clock, and there's a ribbon cutting at 9:30, and then the program goes on from 9:30 until when?
The Strutters will stop kicking at 2. So
the Strutters stop kicking at 2 o'clock.
They stop kicking at 2, so the event ends at 2.
All right.
And I would like to thank AmeriCare USA for being a big sponsor.
Okay.
And MU Healthcare.
Okay.
We couldn't have done it without.
All right. Rose, thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody there this coming Friday. Right after Radio Friends. I'll be there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Harvest Hootenanny and Second Chance tomorrow. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Kevin Casson, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. See you tomorrow.